Here is Deledio around his body. Oh! Push up!
He dropped him.
Just for the height he got, and then he's wrestled someone by the neck to the ground.
He just dropped Mark of the Year.
Oh, come on, push up.
That would have been Mark of the Year.
Look at the height he got, the little champ.
He was sitting on Reece Stanley's head.
That is extraordinary. Gary, I would argue that he is the most dynamic playing personality in football now, the push-up king. He has taken ascendancy now as the most talked about and the most intriguing personality in the game of football, and he nearly took... He was like sitting on top of the stand.
Well, good afternoon, Jim, and everyone. Well, he's great for the game. You've taken a bit of licence, but that's what we love about it. The Chiefs gone for Mark of the Year. I would have gone a really good mark had he hung on to it. So
when I watched the broadcast last night and I listened to your call, JB, with Jake King, it's amazing the different contrasts you get between the broadcaster and Triple M with Jakey King, and that's why I did turn it up when Jake King got near the ball.
He's only got criticised for going for a mark when he should have been
No, I just thought there was a different contrast between the broadcasters and your good self, Jim, but I think it's good for the game.
I don't think a lot of people don't see the magic in the push-up king. That's the problem, Spud. They don't understand what they're looking at. It's rolled gold. The glass half-empty operators, and none of them get into this box, by the way. If you're of that type, then you can go and talk to people on the other side of the dial. Yep. But the glass half-empty operators will say that Richmond have beaten two clubs who didn't feature in last year's finals by a kick and a kick and a half. So let's not get too worried about where they're at.
I agree. On Richmond, I'm still a little bit more in the half-empty, only for that reason, JB. And I'm sorry to say that because this box is not about that as a rule. But we're not going to know even next week, guys. They've got Western Bulldogs next week.
It depends what happens today, Warrior.
Well, it doesn't really matter because Richmond will be expected to beat Western Bulldogs until they come up against, as Danny says, the Pies in round 4. Is it, Danny?
That's right.
That's the first one. I reckon then we can make a judgment. Fell in against Carlton and took a long time to crack St Kilda.
Warriors just put a line through Richmond
and
a drive-by on the Dogs, who won by 60 points, and I don't think enough acknowledgement of the Richmond Army, and in particular Jack Riewoldt, who leads that army.
Just a 7? Just a little helping?
I think I declared 8 at the 3-minute mark.
And he could easily kick 10. Missed a couple that he would normally
play
pencil
on
in.
Advantage. It was taken so effectively. He had 8.
Danny urged Damien Hardwick to play him closer to home. Actually sorted a headline in the AFL website and said he's got to play closer to home, and you were proven right.
No, I didn't. All I said was it was great for Richmond, it was great for Damien Hardwick. More important, it was great for Jack Riewoldt to play at the ground, play a selfless role, but don't be surprised if he goes back.
You said he's got to go back.
Spud, you had to go at me about the AFL website. Are you ringing up journalists and offering quotes?
No, I didn't. I
got Nathan Schmuck.
I got called up. I didn't ring them.
You said you rang.
You give them the benefit.
When they ring you for Dylan Grimes, and say yes, I'm happy to, but not at the other end, Spud Regis. Just give them my number and I'll have a chat with them.
Well, you can only get it right.
I just absolutely flushed it. It was like getting on Augusta on the 10th hole.
Jim, I was walking down Swan Street last Monday before the big Hawthorn Geelong game. I bumped into a couple of Tiger players, and I just saw in the eyes of one of them that, decoy, 1 week, 1 week only. I think he wandered into Dimmer and said, righto, put me back where I need to be. And he did, and he duly saluted with 7.
Well, I saw the same gypsy on the way out of the ground after that first game, and I shook his hand because I had to hold up for the traffic, and there he was, the great Jack Riewoldt, and he looked to me like, yes, Gary, I'm happy with the win, of course, but that SH1T ain't happening again. I'm not going goalless when I'm the main show. That's where he's at. And now I don't blame him either, because when you got that much talent, Gary, you can't be a side act.
Exactly.